no other God like you and none of the earth. I pray, God, that you have your way in us and through us. Let these words fall on good ground, that we may bring forth fruit in this season. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. You may be seated. Listen, so we have, you know, the world right now is in a fight. Some are in the fight for others, and others are in a fight for their own life and for the lives of their children. And what we're going to demonstrate now is the last words of George Floyd. That's what we're about to allow you to hear. I want everyone that's present, what I want you to do is all those that can, not right now when I finish speaking, all those that can, we want you to kneel. If you have something you can put under your knee, you can do that. All those that cannot kneel, we want you to at least like try to touch your feet in your seat while you're sitting down, touch your feet. We want to create a level of discomfort so that you can understand what spirit is in the earth and what it's trying to do. Your level of discomfort is absolutely nothing compared to what this man went through. But I want you to get a sense of what blacks are fighting. Now, I'm not telling you this to enrage you or to get you to go grab an AK-47 and AR-15 and go do something stupid. I want you to understand what the cry of many have been for their own life. So everyone, if you can, you got something that you can kneel on. First, let me have something right here. I don't know, if you can't kneel, just try to touch your ankle, your feet, whatever you need to do. All our children are kneeling. All of y'all, you know, he doesn't sleep, he can stay asleep. All our children are kneeling. You can kneel. You can give this to mama. I don't know. I don't know, mama. Pop your on there with no rough knees. All right. Anything else? If y'all want you to kneel, 8 minutes, 46 seconds. I want you to imagine in your mind this man on the ground with this police officer, this Klansman in a uniform, and what this man is going through.
This is my face, man. I didn't do nothing serious, man. Please. Please. Please, I can't breathe. Please, man. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, please. Man, I can't breathe. My face. Just get up. I can't breathe. Please. I can't breathe. Shit. I can't move. Mama. Mama. I can't. My knee. My nuts, I'm through. I'm through. I'm claustrophobic, my stomach hurts. My neck hurts, everything hurts. Some water or something. Please. Please, I can't breathe, officer. Don't kill me. Ain't gonna kill me, man. Come on, man. I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. They gonna kill me. They gonna kill me.
Man, get your knee off his neck, man.
That's somebody's father.
I can't breathe.
You can't breathe. Get off.
Can't you see he's losing consciousness? Get off his neck. Get off his neck.
I can't breathe. Please, sir.
Sir, he's begging for his life. He's telling you he can't breathe.
Please. Sir, please. Please. I can't breathe.
He needs assistance, man. Get off.
He's not moving. You have your knee on his lifeless body.
Sir, please, get off his neck.
Minutes go by, and the officer still has his knee on his neck. Multiple times, George Floyd says, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. The officer sits there with his knee in his neck, hands in his pocket, smiling, like it's just another day.
And for almost another 3 minutes, he sits there. George Floyd unresponsive. There's no resistance at this point. His knee is on a dead man's neck. Just stay right there on your knee and think about the cruelty of this man's death. He's sitting there on his neck for another 2 minutes, just sitting there. Almost like he wants to assure himself that this mission is complete. It's around this time that a fire chief comes through and says, let me check him. Make sure he's all right. And the officer says, no, he's fine, he's fine. Another officer comes and says, well, let's just at least turn him over on his back. No, he's fine. He'll be all right. For another 60 seconds, he sat there with his knee on his neck, thinking about all the run-ins he's had with George Floyd in the past. How he would never dare fight him one-on-one without his uniform. No, but I got you in a position now you're gonna know I'm the man. For less than 30 more seconds, he sits there with his knee in his neck. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? George Floyd is dead. You can stand. So the fight that we endure here in the earth is not just a fight for justice, but it's a fight against cruelty, against evil. Most of you had the comfort of 2 knees and one knee, but can you imagine being in that uncomfortable position, fighting to breathe? It is something that we as a people, not only do we have to stop, but we have to also get to a place. How do y'all cut my phone off? Because I got the ring on, but y'all messages still be coming through. But it's something that we have to make sure that doesn't happen to our children and to our sons, especially to the men of our lives, that we don't allow people to do things that's just not right and justice not be served. Everybody has a part to play in us not in doing this. We don't want this to happen to someone that we know, especially someone in our family. Then that means we have to fight before it comes to our door. Everybody has a part to play, and you got to know your part, and you have to live your part out. Without you living your part out, there's something that's not being done. Please start my clock. There's something that's not being done, and it's very important that you learn your part, do your part, and live your part out. Now, we've talked about, I've been spending a lot of time, I've always studied my history. I love my history. I appreciate my forefathers and what they come through. And you know, everybody wants to be a warrior in their mind. Everybody wants to be a fighter in their mind. We think about what we can do, should do. But there are a few that are warriors from our heart. And those warriors from our heart is, you can't fear death and be a warrior. Right? It just don't happen like that. I begin to understand how we get to this place, how the black community have gotten to the place. I'm gonna put my lapel mic on. We've gotten to this place where we would pray before we fight. And the way we got to this place of praying before we fight is because of what they did back in slavery time. I shared this with you. I don't know if it was last Sunday or Wednesday in Bible study, I don't know, but you're going to hear it again. Because I need us to come together. In slavery time, they separated the warriors. They separated the warriors because the warrior's mindset, demeanor, how he responded to the slave master would have infected the other men that were in chains. So warriors were nothing but baby makers. They were not in the field. They were separated. Now, you don't know that because most of you don't know nothing about your history other than what Hollywood would tell you. All you know is what you see on Roots. Amen. So you don't study. So they would separate the warriors. And what you have to understand that we've always had a system of prayer. We were Christians. Christianity came to Africa about less than 2 years after Jesus' death. Do you hear me? After Jesus died, within 2 years, James, oh my God, what did I say last week? Was it James? James was on his way home to Libya, and on his way home to Libya, he stopped off. Let me just make sure I got that right. Mark, it was Mark. Mark was on his way home, and Mark was on his way to Libya and stopped off on the north coast of Ethiopia, a city by the name of Alexandria. All right, he stopped off at this place and he began to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. At the time that Christianity came, immediately there was another religion up on the rise, which was Muslims. So in Africa, you was either a Christian or a Muslim. All right? We never had a holy war in Africa. Christians against Muslims. We were respectful to what you want to believe. All right? So you get to the place now that you would have Christians or Muslims. When the Christians were brought here, we had two people. We had people that were Christians but knew that my job was to fight for the people. My job is to make sure the people are safe. These were the warriors of our tribe. These warriors of our tribe, which would keep the area safe, enforce rules and regulations, enforce other tribes from trying to take territory that wasn't rightfully theirs. Warriors would keep the peace. They would take those warriors, especially those from the Songhai tribe. The Songhai tribe was so rebellious that they had to bring in other people to teach them how can we break these slaves. And that's how they got into the separation of children, because the only way they knew they could break the slave was separate. Send mother that way, father that way, child this way. Keep separating until you kill the identity. Because if you don't have your identity, you'll be whatever I tell you. When you take a newborn child, you can make him a dog if you want to. You can make him a dog. I remember reading this case one time when my wife and I were becoming foster parents, and they talked about this one child who was left with the dogs all the time. Literally, the parents would leave the child with the dogs and would put food out, just like it would the dogs. And they said the child was sick, just like the dogs would on the porch. The child would not eat from a table. You had to put the bowl on the floor. That's just how. See, what you don't understand is, without your identity in you, you'll be whatever those in power, those in authority, those as your guardian per se, make you to be. So they killed the identity of the African man by separating Africans at birth. So you would make a baby in Virginia, they'll ship that baby down over to Mississippi. If you made a baby in Mississippi, they'll ship that baby over to North Carolina. So because I don't want you to know your identity. I don't want you to know your identity. I can't let your parents raise you, because they're going to keep telling you about your motherland. They're going to keep telling you about the royalty. Listen to me. Listen to me. When the separation came, warriors would be on somewhere out of sight, and the prayer warriors, we understood. We had Christians that would pray during war, and we had Christians that would fight during war. All right? Now, I'm not telling you nothing that's deep and spiritual. I'm telling you things you should research yourself. We had Christians that would fight, physically fight. When you see Shaka Zulu in the movies, you get an idea of what kind of warrior we're dealing with. From birth, you're raised to be a warrior. You're never to put on shoes. The bottom of your feet would be hard as stone, that you can crush ice until it became dust, and you wouldn't shed a drop of blood. Your feet were made for crushing the skulls of the enemy. That's what an African warrior was. Forget about what you know now. Green berets, whoever Britain got, and SEAL team. None of them could ever compare to an African warrior. Because only the prayer people were left in the fields, because they had peace. They're going to just sit there and just, you know, after master walked through the field and start beating people, and after the field hand would go and pick a slave out with master's approval and rape a couple of the women. Only thing, those that didn't have the warrior spirit, they would just sit in the field and just say, pray on, just a little while longer, pray on. Just a little while longer. Only thing they knew was only God can pray. That's what they was called to do, was to pray. We lost the balance between those that would physically fight and those that would pray. That's why we're so passive now. Because the warrior spirit, they tried to kill. And when it would show up, insert Marcus Garvey, when it would show up in Malcolm X, when it would show up in the Black Panther movement, when that spirit would show up, they would kill it. Because they knew this is something we can't deal with. We can't handle this. So now you see blacks now, people talk about this. Cornel West began to talk about how humble we are, how peaceful we are,
how we keep loving in spite of all that. So that was one side of the African people. But the warrior side of the African people, they tried to kill. But how many know whatever God deemed to be alive, no heathen, no devil can kill? Do you know that? So now you begin to see us as a passive people. We're marched, but we're not about to go home and get our gun and fight back. We ain't about to do that. What you saw in the Martin Luther King time was those that worked the field, those that was in the house, but you didn't see no warriors. Because warriors can't have a dog. It's natural instinct that if you sick your dog on me, I kill the master of that dog. It's not evil to kill someone before they kill you.
Right.
You understand that? All right? So we had Christians. Now, the Bible wasn't brought to America, wasn't brought to slaves because they believed in the Bible. They brought the Bible because they knew that's what we believed in. We didn't have the Bible, we had the culture. But they knew the culture lined up with the book that King James had translated. Do you know up until 17, oh God, let me make sure I got my dates right. Up to 1762, the criminals in England, Britain, the European countries were brought here. Did you know that? This country wasn't founded with Christians. They had people, they sent people over to run that would obey the king and the queen and obey the authorities overseas. But those that they sent over were criminals. Now when you do your studies, if the modern the study is, the less the number is. So when you start studying, they're going to say they only sent over 10% of the population of whites that was brought to America's soil was 10%. So for every 100 people that came over, 10 of them was criminals. But the further back you study, the higher the percentage get. Do you hear me?
Right.
So up to 30% of the people white people that came to American soil were criminals. They committed a heinous crime to be exiled from the country. Are y'all listening to me?
Right.
Now ask yourself, what kind of people want to go where murderers and rapists are going? Think about it. Think about it now. Now I'm teaching you something that can be backed up. This is not deep. This is not spiritual. This is your history.
Right.
So 30% of whites, for every 100 whites that came over, 30 of them was convicted felons, convicted criminals. And you know, every criminal ain't been to jail.
Right.
Come on now. You listen to me? You're not a felon just because you got caught. You got a felon based off your heart. That's what makes you a felon.
Right.
Willing to do something you're not supposed to do. So we get to the point that we see the true foundation of this country is with 30% of the white people that came here were criminals. 30%. And that's the largest number I found. 30% would come over. The other 70% came over to control the control the 30 criminals. Some of the other 70% wanted to be with the criminals. Like you got people that love dating people in jail. That's what they were coming over for. And so now you see the heart of the foundation of this country. Criminals, those that can rule these criminals. Because, let me get to this so I can get into my sermon here. There was two Christians in America. He said, no, it's only one. Two. White folk call themselves, I'm not talking about today. So I don't want nobody to think I'm throwing stones at white people today. I'm talking about the foundation of this country. Do y'all hear me?
Yeah.
One God for now people said raping is all right. If they Christians, their God allowed them to rape somebody and said it's all right. Another God said you can't do that. If you even think of a woman the wrong way, it's a sin in God's sight.
Right.
One God said if you kidnap somebody and bring him into slavery, you will be killed. another people's God, the white folk God, the foundation of this country, their God said, if you kidnap them and bring them to another country and bring them as slaves, I'll make you rich. We did not have the same God. Another God said it's all right to sleep with another man's wife as long as for your benefit. Another God says, you're not, no, what is wrong with you? Love thy neighbor as thyself. You don't want nobody touching your wife, do you? Right. We had two different gods. White people had their God that allowed them to be evil, and black folk had their God that would sing a song instead of attack. Come on, tell me what would stop a man from burning a house down of a man that just raped his wife? The only thing that can stop him is his love for God. Right, man. Well, he's not much of a man at all. You know, you listen to the Negro spirituals, and you'll begin to understand that the white people didn't give us Christianity. You know, you go through so much. As a slave, you start singing, because you know singing was a strong form of worship in the Bible. Y'all, you know, I don't know if any of y'all read your Bible, but in the Old Testament it said, and they sung. Yes, right. Yes. Pass me not, O gentle Savior, hear my humble cry, while others thou art called. Listen, those songs wasn't from a joyous moment. We really felt forsaken. Yes. Because we were the chosen people of God. So now the question has to be asked, if we were the chosen people of God, how did we get here? How did our countries get to a place that we have, no matter how wealthy our countries are, we still have more poor people in Africa than in any other nation? Every nation got its share of poor folk. Every nation. But Africa has been treated brutally. African people have been treated brutally. Do you know, let me tell you something, the attack that was made against Africa, the plot, the scheming to kidnap and to enslave, it wasn't so much an attack against black people, it was an attack against God. You can take it for what it's worth. It was an attack against God. And to attack God, the only thing we can attack is his people, his creation. That's how I know Africa got to rise again and rid itself of anything that is connected to the evil beginning of Africa. The countries that refuse to let white people have anything to do with their government, all the other governments of the world turn against them. That's why Haiti is so poor. That's why Haiti is so poor. Because the other countries will not sell them products like they sell other nations at a fair price. America is the only country that do what the hell they want to do and then try to punish another country if they do it. Talk about price gouging. I want to know, what are you charging Haiti for sugar? What are you charging Haiti for the same rice? What are you charging Haiti for the same goods that you would sell to another country? How much they price it at a price that's so unaffordable, they take all the wealth out of the country. So you need to understand, the fight is still on, and the fight is simply between good and evil. God's children. Let me tell you something. To do what the founders of this country did to God's children, you have to have a relationship with the devil that's beyond just being mad at people. Who can be mad at somebody they never met, never know nothing about? Just because you ain't like me, I hate you. If that's not demonic, people that, you know, and even today, right now, we still ain't talking about revenge. We just saying, just leave us alone. Treat us fair. That's the spirit that was in the field and in the house. But the nigga they had locked up in the cave just to make babies done bust out. You ain't doing this no more. See, a warrior understands my life is given only for me to serve out a purpose. And at some point, we got to get to the point that we understand some of what went place in the Bible got to take place today. It got to. If you think this government will make, let me say this. This you can relate to. Whether he's innocent or guilty is I'm not discussing. Bill Cosby is in jail right now because the government told him what is said and done here now will never be able to be repeated or held against you again. And then they went back and said, yeah, well, we lied. You should have asked the native people. We don't keep our word. We change it as it benefits us. This is a country that have made hundreds of treaties and kept none. I was reading this article one time, and this was just recent, and I was reading about the native people and how the white people, the founders of this country, would lure them to one place for a meeting. Now, mind you, they already invaded America. The Indians wanted just peace. Let us keep what you're not using and leave us alone. And it's all right, let's come together, and we're going to, this is what white folk did. You had to be a special kind of devil's child to do the things the founding fathers of this country willing to do, able to do, and did. You had to be a special child of the devil. Now, this is American history I'm talking. So they would come and they would say, meet us right there on Pennsauken and River Road. We're going to meet there, and we're going to discuss it. And all the chiefs would come together. And what they would do is they would have their Gatling guns ready and kill them all. Kill them all. Pennsauken is named after a tribe. Pennsauken is a tribe of Indians that live here. What we call Pennsauken now, part of Camden, Merchantville, Indians lived here. This was their land. They grew tobacco right here. This land was used to grow tobacco. The white man came and told the Indians, we want to buy your tobacco. Let's just come together and make a deal. They killed all the Pennsauken tribe. They killed them all and took the land. Then they didn't even have what it takes to continue to grow the tobacco right here on this land we standing on. Native people own this land. And then the police force, in their wicked, evil self, if you look at their badges, they have an Indian head, an Indian face on their badges. Look at their shirts. When you see that, that's not to honor them, they're mocking them. Now, if you got a problem with native people rising up and claim, then listen to me. You know what? If you got a problem with native people being restored in their rightful place in America, you got a problem with God, what God called justice. Just because you stole something and held it a long time don't mean God changed his mind.
Right.
Do y'all hear me? Amen. I talked to one idiot. I almost called him a jack, but I ain't going to call him that. I spoke to one idiot. This is a pastor, supposed to be filled with the Holy Ghost. You know what he said to me? He said, thank God whites did what they did. Black man.
What?
Black man. He said, thank God whites did what they did. He said, because we would be somewhere over in a jungle and we wouldn't be able to enjoy all this. What he said? That's what he said. He said, you wouldn't have the cars, you wouldn't have had the roads. You know, I feel very confident if the entire United States government fell dead right now and all native people took over, they were the most fairest, kindest people you'll ever meet.
Be okay.
They would never have done the wickedness that the white man did to them. Now, if true history bother you, truth bother you. Why don't y'all let it go? Why don't you get a land back then? I tell you what, we let it go, you get a land back. Come on, why don't y'all go back to your country? This our country now. We built it. You ain't built it. You supervised, but you ain't built it.
Right.
Oh God, y'all don't even know nothing about the hate that Michelle Obama got when she made that statement. Living in a house built by slaves. Some of y'all don't even know that till she said it. Your dumb selves. You spend more time on your lashes than you do in your history.
Wow.
You got to get to the place that you know who we are. Our identity is in. Listen to me. If it was important to white people to rid us of our history, there was value there. Are y'all listening to me? If there was value there, then we need to go find that thing that's worth more than silver and gold. Come on, come on. How did the black man get where we at here in America right now? How is it that a police officer can kill one of God's chosen children and nothing be done? Well, you need to understand, it's not like we volunteered. Now, I've sat in the company of people, and they talked about how blacks had to serve a certain level of disobedience. And in serving that level of disobedience, this was the punishment, this was the wrath. But wait a minute now. We have to understand that the devil had a large part of playing in our abstraction from our land, the kidnapping, the murders, the rape. Let me tell you something, you're nothing but full of the devil when you can take one of God's children and say you ain't even human, when this is the first human God ever made. Was the best. Now, I'm not talking deep, I'm not talking spiritual, I'm talking science right now.
Yes.
The black man was the first man created on earth.
Amen.
Now, you can't lie like you used to. When all you had to do, you would write it, they would have to submit it before it be publicized. No, that's our history. When archaeologists would dig up something, before they can publicize it, it had to be approved. They said, no, we need to change that right there. Yeah, don't say he was an Egyptian. Say he came to Egypt. And then we can say where he come from later. Don't. History was always perverted. America can't teach true history. You want to know why? Because we the ugliest people in the world.
Right.
When it comes to representing God. So when Orange Man say make America great again, I need to know what time schedule he talking about.
Exactly.
I don't, listen to me, as any black man or woman, when I hear somebody say, let's make America great again, as a black man, I need you to point to the time scale that you're talking about.
Right.
Now let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. You better hear me. Every black person that have rised above the oppression and depression is because the hand of God was on their life.
Yeah.
Amen. Do you hear me? Yes. Now here's what you got to understand. Everybody that has a talent and a gift don't mean God gave it to them. But you got some families right here in this ministry, they refuse to produce a nothing. They refuse to. They refuse to produce an uneducated moron. They refuse to do that. You're going to school. So when you see God's hand on a black woman's life, they become lawyers and doctors. It's because somebody navigated them through the system. I was reading something the other day, studying racist white folk and how to avoid them. And I was sharing it with someone, I was on the phone with someone, sharing it with them, and I said, you know, it bothers me that I need to even study this. A wise warrior knows their enemy. Right. So let me tell you, don't worry about it. Don't worry. You say, well, we need to keep it a secret. Trust me, they so stupid, when I talk heavily, they can't comprehend. Racist white men, when you come in their company, especially when they're armed with a uniform, they're looking for you to project fear of them. That's what they look for. If you ever want to calm down a racist Klansman in a police uniform, start calling them sir. And he said, now I was talking on the phone with someone, he said, no, we don't need to bow, man. We don't need to be telling our children to bow down to them. I said, I'm telling my boys what to do to stay alive. Right. We can come back and get that joker. We can find him. One way or another, we'll find him. But they look for you to be in fear of them. So when you're in a position that you can't physically win, your battle is not to defeat that officer. Your battle is to get away from that officer.
Right.
So you let him feel like you are just in fear of your life of him. Even though you know you can whoop him. If there's a war, I could beat the lamb. So what you do, that psyche is, because a racist don't wake up wanting to kill. He wake up wanting to be feared. Yeah. He wake up wanting to be superior. And when you stroke that thing in him that say you are superior, they want you to live. But they got to get their moment of glory. Where you going, nigga? Sir, no, don't be asking him who he calling nigga. He calling you nigga. Where you going, nigga? Sir, I'm just coming home from work. That's all I'm doing. Well, you know you got it. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. I'll get it fixed. I'll get it fixed, sir. I don't want no trouble. All I want to do is just get home. See, now people say, oh, no, that sounds like a pussycat to me. No. Let me tell you something. Being vocal with how bad you are only proves how bad you're not.
Right. That's true.
Listen to me. Be willing to denounce your rights when your life is in the hand of a racist. Mm-hmm. That's not a time to prove what you know. Right. That's not a time to prove how bad you are. Just get away from it. When you pull off, you know I get to live to fight the real fight. He said, "Now I ain't teaching my son that." Well, go on, teach your son what you want. Teach him to jump out the car in his karate stance. Teach him how to jump out the car with a gun in his hand then. Or you can teach your son how to mobilize and fight the real fight. Let me tell you something, black people. Man, I'm telling you, I ain't even in my sermon. Y'all ain't giving y'all extra time because y'all don't be paying me no attention anyway. If we gonna come together, we gonna come together wholeheartedly. Now I talked about this on Wednesday, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. If Black Lives Matter and black people are coming together, don't separate any group of blacks because they ain't like you. You just as bad as a racist white. If you as a black person jump on somebody because they're gay, you might as well line up right next to the Klan in uniform. You do not have a right to put your hands on somebody because they don't have the same sexual preference as you. Right. If we coming together, we coming together. Amen. Whether you like it, whether you do it, is irrelevant. We got black gang members, and all you want to prove how bad you are. I go out of my way now, making brothers speak. Them days is over. Catching eyes with me, and I am punking out. When it comes to my black brothers and sisters, I'm punking out every time. Amen. You stare at me, I'm going to speak to you. If you ask me, yo, what's up? What you got a beef with me? No, my brother, I do not. Amen. Amen. I will not allow what's in me to be projected on you because you're ignorant. I feel sorry for you. Definitely not going to fight you. Don't touch me. But I'm definitely not about to confront you. I will walk away every time. I walk away every time. I'm not going to let nobody touch me. I'm not going to let nobody touch my wife or my kids. But your words, as another black man coming at me, I'm not going to allow that to change who God is making me. Come on now. You hear me? You can think I'm a punk all you want. Because the less I say, the more you're going to start building that momentum. You're going to keep on talking. And the more you talk, the next thing you know, that devil going to say, grab him. Follow him home. Kick in his door. Slap his wife. Kick the dog. That devil going to take you somewhere you're not supposed to be. Right. Now, make no mistake, I'll kill a black man as fast as I kill a white. I know you don't like when that sound, but it is what it is. You will not harm my family and think I won't take you out of here. You will leave here. So you got to get to the place, I will not discriminate on black people being different. If a man want to dress like a woman and he's black, don't you turn on him. We got a bigger fight to fight right now. You crazy? Ain't nothing wrong with you. You in your right mind. Now it's only different that you go in there, you're transgender, and ain't gonna let nobody know who you really is till you in the bedroom. Whatever he busts you in the head with, that's what you get. Now it is what it is. Oh, my name Mordecai. Okay. It is what it is. But we are not about to jump on our people because they're different. We're not about to condemn. The hate I hear for people in interracial relationships. Now I'm first to tell you, just because they marry one don't mean they accepted the rest of us. But you have no business attacking a sister or a brother because they want to marry somebody in a different ethnic group. Stop that stupidity. I'm a part of this thing of, just promoting black lives and black people and what they do. And every once in a while, somebody would post something of a black woman with a white man, or vice versa, and everybody would attack it. Let me tell you something. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I, honest to God, don't care when it comes to ethnicity who my children marry. I'm just telling you, I've never told my kids, you better not bring no white person up in here. I never told my kids that. Never told them don't bring no Mexicans or Asians. Never told them that. But whoever they marry, listen, one, you better treat my girls right. You can be green, and I'll snatch you out of that house, and I'll bury you somewhere they'll never find you. No man will live and put your hands on one of my girls. Never. Never. I don't care how sorry you are. And if Mackenzie and Ashton don't help me, I'll put them in the grave too. Shut your mouth and throw them in here. No, listen to me. When it comes to people marrying who they love, leave people alone, man. That's not your business. So if we're gonna come together, we're gonna come together whole. We ain't gonna have nobody dropping seeds of discord that separate us. Oh, they riding. So I'm not here for the ride. Listen, y'all think y'all bad anyway. Y'all do something about it. I'm here about the injustice of the black man. No. Black people tearing up their own community. Then we find out that this was strategically planned. Oh my goodness. They even got some videos of police officers doing a little shopping themselves. Listen to me. Don't let the media divide us in any way. One sister on Facebook, and she said, I don't give a darn about Target. I said, hey man, sister, you speaking for me. Burn Target down. They say you're burning down your own community. We don't run into anyone. We ain't getting nothing out of it. Ain't no money coming back to us. Leave it alone. I don't care. Listen, don't get in that fight. Stay focused on what you call. You call to protest, protest. Don't say nothing negative about the riders. Because when it's all said and done, you're going to find out it ain't us doing too much riding anyway. Now I tell everybody, you ain't gonna put a wolf in the hen house and tell them don't have chicken for dinner. I'm tell you that. You ain't put no black people in front of no stove with no windows and no doors and talking about don't go get them new Jordans. Oh, the wolf gonna have chicken every night. Them shoes look pretty new you got on. I mean, you can leave that alone. Leave that alone. So I need you to understand our identity is important. We got to know who we are. We got to start respecting each other. We got to stop fighting against each other. People get a pass just because they black. Yes. Yes. They're looking at you crazy and cockeyed. Give them that pass. Know that they have been uneducated. I'm not talking about as far as math and reading. I'm talking about who they really are and who we are as a people. Let me tell you something. Since the days of John the Baptist, no, I'm sorry, wrong faith. since the day they brought us here, they've been putting in motion separation. Because you know what? Even though we had different tribes, we knew when to come together. If the warrior spirit really going to rise, we need to come together. There is no true warrior when we don't have unity. No one person can change what's going on. We need to remove every racist out of government. I said something to my children, you know, if, not me of course, I'm a civil man. If you banks went and started blowing up the Klan meeting and killing all the Klansmen, some of y'all gonna go to court and the judge ain't gonna show up. There are gonna be some Senate seats empty. Right. We're gonna have some members of the House that just disappeared. Right. Now they labeled the Black Panther as a terrorist organization, but they never showed proof of them killing any white person, Asian person, or Mexican person. But the Klan, all you listen to me, they lynched black men just because the woman said, he looked at me. Nobody looking at your flat butt. Do you know why? You know why we thought dark skin was ugly? White folk told you that. That was put into you. You know there's a preacher, Perry Stone is his name, the biggest idiot made in the world. Perry Stone. I don't care how many racists follow him, every preacher connected to him, all of them got to be racist. He said, wide-nosed people can't lead. Well, who the heck got wide nose? Klansmen. Everybody in the pulpit ain't called by God. And just because a lot of people follow them, don't mean God is with them. Perry Stone, friends with a lot of you little white evangelists that y'all love so much. You're plain flying evangelists. Because they talking about putting money in your pocket. You loving them so unconditionally. Perry Stone hated Obama when he got in office. Said that he wrote a book, The Devil on Pennsylvania Avenue. He said, this is not gossip. He said, wide-nosed people God didn't make to lead. They were made to be slaves. They were made to be led. That was a fool. Right. Somebody should have told him he's not. Listen, first off, let me tell you this. I love Obama. I do. I appreciate what he's done, his accomplishments, all right? Now, he could not have ever been president all for black people. Now, black people be heen and hawing. But if you think they killed Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, if Obama would have got in office and tried to be black like we wanted him to be, they would have killed him and absolutely nothing would have been done. You wasn't going to fight for him. You would have stayed your stupid self in church. When I see them little punk sissy men on radio and on TV talking about Obama and what he didn't do, what would you have done if the CIA said he gonna die? Do to him what we did to the Kennedy. I want to know what you would have done. Your little punk behind self. I would have got on TV and with this here microphone and I would have protested it. Punks can't tell people what they should be doing when you don't have what it takes to protect them if they want to do it. That's true. If Obama would have got up and said, right now we're going to pass a federal law that any police officer kill an unarmed black man will do prison time, he'd have started talking like that. The very punks. The only man I would listen to is Farrakhan. Because Farrakhan would back up what he say. All them old punks, don't say nothing to me. Obama there was nothing for the black people. Okay, if they had killed Obama, you don't even own a gun. What was you going to do? Right. Scream at them, blow a whistle in their ear? Flash a light in their eyes? I don't want to hear nothing from no sissy telling me nothing about Obama. So I appreciate Obama. But Obama wasn't the smartest black man that walked there. Y'all need to know that. He navigated through the system to get where he wanted to be. But man, please, I can rattle off 10, 15 people without even thinking that was way more smarter than Obama. Obama never claimed to be the smartest black person, but white folks think he is. So listen to me. Our coming together starts with our identity. Our coming together starts with us understanding who we are as a people. Now, I know what I'm teaching sounds like some hate, but what I'm teaching is so foreign and so rare that you don't know how to accept it. If a white person listens to me right now, they'll say, well, he's trying to start a war. No, I'm educating my people. Amen. The reign and the rule of white people doing what they want in America to anybody that's different is over. Amen. We was marching through Bridgeton, and the Mexicans had a big sign up, and they said, Latino lives matter, black lives matter, our lives matter. Listen to me. Anybody that's different, you think you can just kill or do what you want. Talking about they here illegally. You here illegally. Right. So if we're going to get rid of all illegals, we need to start with the very one that stole the land. Right. Or tell me to go back to my country. Why don't everybody go back where they come from? Right. Problem is, you kill off the rightful owners. Right. Now you think that make you boss. All that's changing. Y'all keep praying, but everybody ain't called to pray. Come on now. Y'all keep praying. We need prayer, but everybody ain't called to pray. Somebody got to be willing to say, this is who we are. You need to know your identity. Our young people are so caught up in everything except being properly educated. I'm not talking about being educated so you can make money, but be educated that you won't be a hindrance to society. Every poor black person can do less to help propel us to another level. Because you want to know why? Who's going to follow a black person but an idiot? A poor person. Who's going to follow a poor person except an idiot? Who's going to follow somebody that can't even get their own house in order? You can change a generation. You may not be educated, but you can make sure your children get one. Right. You may not have went to college, but you can start a new generation. We all going to school here. No, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Listen, I don't care if you go into the military. I don't care if you go into a trade school. You're going to be the best at whatever you want to do. You need to go for it wholeheartedly. Amen. Let me touch this. My time is all gone. All right, so for y'all get ready to go to sleep and do what y'all need to do. There was a poem or saying, a quote written by Terry Pratchett. And this is so profound and so deep. This is what he said. It is important that we know where we come from. Because if you do not know where you come from, then you don't know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you're probably going the wrong way. Your identity is the root. If you know your royalty, you need to know how far you are from off the map. You're born to be great according to God. You were God's first creation. I don't care what nobody. Listen, you know, white folk told us dark skin was ugly, wide nose was ugly, lips. They used to make fun of our lips. They used to say we look like monkeys. There's an article now. I'm not against anybody being called an animal, but this man began to critique what gorillas look like, monkeys look like, and compared it to every ethnic group. You go research that. I ain't saying who it was or what it was, but go research it. Who backside is shaped more like the gorilla and baboon than any other? Who lips look more like monkeys than any other? No. Don't worry about who it is. You research it. But I tell you one thing, it ain't us black people. And Perry Stone in somebody's pulpit, and he's going to be invited to preach at other people's church. And they know he's a racist. And you'll be surprised how preachers link up. Like when these preachers link up with Obama, with 45, Trump, when they link up with Trump, that's because Trump is saying what they can't say. Because I got some pickaninnies in my church. And they giving. I got some pickaninnies following me. I got some Sambos following me. So I can't say it. But Trump, thou we worship. They say, well, Trump, you know, he said he be grabbing those women in their private part. Oh, that ain't nothing. They made more, this is talking about white evangelists now, so y'all need to be careful who you're sending your money to. For you send it to Jim Baker. No, you need to hear what he's saying. For you send it to any of these white preachers that supporting Trump, compare what they had to say about Michelle Obama not wearing stockings compared to Trump grabbing another woman's vagina. Listen, we can't hold his past against him. No, come on, man. Come on. Now, I know some of y'all probably feel like, Pastor, you're getting political. I don't care whether you're a Republican or Democrat, the coffee party, the tea party, the hot chocolate party. None of that bothers me. What I'm concerned about, can you call a spade a spade? If you don't know your identity, we're going to get hoodwinked. Hosea 4:6. I don't have no time to give anything, but I need to give a scripture before y'all leave here. So you know you didn't go to the Bible today. Hosea 4:6. People, we need to wake up. If you're going to make a change a generation, you're going to have to start changing every aspect of your life. Educate your children on who they are. Get them in the habit of understanding where they come from. Your DNA is success. Amen. Whatever you decide to do, you're going to be great at it. Amen. You can be a mechanic, you're going to be great at it. You think y'all go out to these race cars out here, and you see these cars today, like, you know, with all this technology and the car go real fast and all this other stuff. Well, we got engineers in Africa that making cars that's running off used oil. Listen to me. Stop thinking we dumb. We ain't dumb, not by a long shot. And every smart black child need to understand you simply walking out what you're supposed to be walking. Ain't nothing special about you being smart. That's who you are. Now I know some of y'all want to go overboard when your child graduates from high school, but that's just the beginning. I think a child moving into a college campus is the prelude to adulthood. They got to learn how to be responsible. Learn how not to run out of money. Have fun until you hit a certain limit, then that's it. Cut that party off. I told you I know how to survive. Hosea 4:6. My people, my black children, the first humans I ever made, the ones with the big lips, the ones with the wide nose, the ones Perry Stone don't like too much. They're destroyed because they don't know nothing about their heritage. The true heritage, what I really left for them. They are destroyed because they don't know who they are. They are destroyed because they don't know their royalty. They are destroyed because they don't know they are my firstborn. Because you have rejected knowledge, I'll also reject you as my priest. Preachers, if you won't tell them the truth on who they are, I'll reject you. I'll reject you the same way you too scared to tell black people where they come from and that they are my chosen children. Stop thinking because the Jews got money and communities, people talk, oh, them God's chosen people. Money don't prove that you're God's chosen people. Come on. Because you reject to tell my people the truth, whether you white, black, Mexican, you know who my firstborn is. You know that black people are my chosen people. I will reject you and your jet and the mansions that you got. Because you have ignored the law of God. I will also ignore your children. Now this now gets into generation after generation that I'm better than you because I'm white. I'm better than you because my eye colors are different. Do you know y'all call it pretty? But do you know when somebody don't have dark brown eyes, black color, dark pupils, it's because the body is missing something. You know that, huh? Well, white folks made us think everything they had was beautiful. Do you know that from the 80s and the 90s that they never had a model with hips? Oh no, you couldn't be no model with hips.
Right.
Now you know what they do, what the model industry has done now, because they want hips. They make people with no hips stand like this, one foot in front of the other. And they give a hip shaped look. You know that, huh? Oh my God! Yeah, black people, they told us that everything black women had was ugly. Now, I'm not saying this is for all interracial relationships, but that's how some black men got thinking, if I married me a white woman, I'll arrive. Felt like you really accomplished something. Because they told you black women were ugly. Their features were ugly. Now, y'all spending billions of dollars to get them big lips. What you call ugly, what you call an embarrassment, what you used to put up on display and make fun of. Round butt women were laughed at. Now here you is, got something getting injected in your behind. Oh, no. This here just truth. Right now you can't find nobody they call beautiful and they ain't got lips. Anybody, they pull up anybody, Google anybody, who's the prettiest anything, check their lips. The paint ain't covering it no more. You used to put on your clown uniform and make lips where there were no lips, just with the color. You had them good makeup artists. Now you got to have the real thing, baby. Go ahead. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. You so beautiful and fine, they never wanted you to know how good looking you were. Right. Kinky hair. Nappy. Oh my God. Y'all even make fun of other people that got nappy hair. Thinking that there's something wrong with that kinky hair. You really do. Scientists say if you can choose, you need to pick the kinky.
Right.
I remember one time I had to get some x-rays done, and this is what the doctor said to me. He said, oh, it's not a lot of radiation. It's no more than a 20-minute walk in the sun. I said, the sun never bothered me.
Right.
Know your patience, doc.
Right.
Know your patience. A 20-minute walk in the sun for some people is nothing. Come on now.
Come on.
You better spray yourself. You can't get this natural look. Come on now. Now, come on. When you try to become a fraud, the sun will work against you. I ain't lying. This not racist talk. This is just facts. So they said, we ain't going to use the sun. We're going to get us a tanning salon. Lay here on this bed. God said, you trying to come through the back door still, huh? No, these are facts. The only thing you can do now if you want to be safe, paint yourself. They got this spray you. No, this is the truth. You just got to stand and let them spray you. They spray you, and you come out looking just like the president. But you can't get them chemicals in your eye. No, it's a fact. I'm not lying to you. Listen, right now in Morocco is where the oldest fossil was found away, but they found that fossil, them bones, came from Morocco, which they believe where God created humanity was right there in Morocco. And what they said was, this place is right on the equator where the UV rays average around 10 or 11, that's a good day. 10 or 11, boy, you know what that, Death Valley right now, when they hit 9, they don't come outside. They don't come outside. How in God's name do you think God somehow messed up and made somebody first and then had to come back and fix it? How do you think that? If you can't hang out in Morocco, I'm telling you right now, in Morocco, they say you can be under the shade and it'll be 123 degrees. Oh, we can be uncomfortable.
Right.
We will be uncomfortable, but it ain't gonna kill us. You need to be happy in who God made you.
Amen.
Don't you ever for 1 second think you're not beautiful because you don't look like somebody else. You ain't got to straighten your hair. You want straight hair, do it because you like it, not because the magazine said it. Some of y'all tenderhead, you need to put something in there to loosen up the stuff. Whatever you use, mayonnaise, grease, I don't know what you use. But whatever you got to do. Don't you ever be ashamed of how God made you. In Africa, there's nothing more beautiful than God's first creation.
Amen.
Do you know, I'm talking science now, not being deep or spiritual. But do you know that God, when he made black people, made you 100? 100. Every other ethnic group starts to lose something from God's original creation. This is scientific facts here. This is not me wishing black people were something we're not. When you see a person with green eyes or blue eyes, one, it's a reflection of no melanin in their body. Second, there are other minerals missing in their body. The more they're missing, it starts to show up.
Right.
It starts to show up. And now I know you may not like it, but even when you see hair, when you see dead hair, this is scientist talk now. This is not my preference. I don't care how your hair looks. All right? When you see dead hair that will not stand up, you need to know there's a deficiency of some kind.
Right.
Now, y'all be sitting there letting people tell you ugly. I'm here to tell you you're beautiful. Listen. I don't care nothing about what the world may like, what they may call beautiful. You need to look in the mirror and love what you see.
That's true.
Talk about some child, I'm telling you, child, I got to lose some weight. You better love what you got. Listen, and never hate what you got, trying to be something, well, that you may never well be again. Looking at your high school picture, talking about something, if the Lord be my helper. No, the Lord is helping you, but you still ain't going to get help. You got to love yourself. Everybody ain't going to be skinny. Everybody ain't going to have no six-pack. I ain't sitting around here losing sleep, talking about something. God, Jesus Christ. I don't never look at my son, look at myself, go somewhere and cry. Devil is a liar. I ain't upset with myself. No, man, I love me. The only thing, and it is what it is. The only thing I don't like about me is my skin tone. I really don't. Ain't nobody come from Africa like me.
Right.
The lighter you see, the more perversion you see. This wasn't the love complexion that was developed. This was rape.
Right.
That's what this was. This was the slave master having sex with my ancestors and changing. That's what you see when you see me in light skin like this. I got a little tan on me right now. No, man, I wouldn't mind looking like what my ancestors looked like. When you see a dark-skinned person, man, please, don't you ever talking to me. One girl said, well, I'm glad y'all maturing. She said, because when we was in school, you called us tar babies and pickaninnies, and she said, now all of a sudden we're beautiful. Don't y'all listen to the world?
Right.
Love your dark skin. Love the fact that you can take a stroll in the sun and it has no effect on you. Love your lips. I wish my wife would say something about it. I told her I might get them bigger. She messed with me. Everybody else getting them bigger. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like them black women's lips now. I'm telling you that. You can be mad all you want. You call me a racist? Child, ain't nothing like seeing that black line around them lips. Good God. With that strawberry Vaseline. It's shiny with a little redness to it. Lord have mercy. Put that pencil around them lips. Good God, hallelujah. I told my wife, you got to get to work one that don't come off. I'm telling you, we eating and stuff and drinking and on the glass, on the apple, everything you eat, and take away all the gloss. No, man, y'all got to come up with some gloss that stay forever. Put that black pencil around there, that line. Man, come on now, you don't know what beauty is till you see the line. Well, I'm telling you, boy, highlight them areas. Nobody cares about nobody being mad and jealous and all that stuff. Talking about something, them ain't your real eyes. Who gives a what? Put them hazel eyes on. Get that black pencil and go around the eye. Don't poke yourself in the eye. Just go around. Ooh, Jesus. Don't nobody kill me that ain't your eye. Now, don't go crazy with the. Now, I'm talking about my wife. Don't go crazy with your eyebrow. They ain't got no business touching. They're not supposed to be coming all the way looping around your eyes. They're not supposed to touch your hair out. Come on, no, they ain't supposed to do that. But highlight, you got to highlight your beauty. Dark in that area in. Boy, I'm telling you, ain't nothing like them. Ain't nothing like a black queen, boy. I'm telling you, oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ Almighty. God, you've been good to us. And listen, don't ever think what you got is ugly. I don't care who told you what. I don't care what magazine. I was listening to this fashion man. I don't know his name. I'm really not into fashion. He's a heavy-set black man, been in the industry for years. And he talked about how the fashion industry hated black people and the shape of black women and how they didn't want clothes to design for black people. I'm serious. Right now, you tell me show me certain designers, I'll tell you whether or not you can wear their clothes. Because they don't make them for black people. That's why when you put on the dress, it's pinched up. Because it's not open for hips. They won't design it for you. Now, Calvin Klein, they designed for black and white. Tommy Girl started. Their jeans used to be just for white. No butt women. No, I'm serious. Then Tommy came out with some stuff that's in this here. We see the glory. Now we got to make the story. Come on now. No, I'm saying some jean makers will not make jeans. That's why they won't fit on your butt. Because they're made for flat butt women. Hollister and different ones, they used to make jeans only for white folk. I'm not talking racist. I'm talking fashion facts. They're not made for hips. When you look at, that's why when you go to certain designers, a size 8 is for European women. Size 10 and 12 is for black women. Because y'all cut and rounded and shaped and all this other stuff. They made this dress. No, I'm serious. So that's why when you order online, you really got to ask the question, is this designed for an African American woman? Y'all think I'm not? I know. I buy 98% of my white clothes. Fendi always sending me something for my wife. Fendi always coming, no, dear Mr. Action. Every December they say, we know that, this is what they say. We know that Yolanda's birthday is coming up and we wanted to know if we can help in the celebration. No, man, I know that you can't help sending me these ugly clothes. You are so beautiful. Listen, when it comes to beauty, you got to start with God's first creation and build from there. I believe it's the will of God for us to learn our identity and not be concerned about who's offended when we talk about how beautiful we are. Have y'all seen George Floyd? I'm not surprised that man put his knee on his neck when he could. Hey man, listen, and they say he was humble. He was just a gentle giant is what they said. I mean, you know the average black man that came over from Africa wasn't short like me. 6'1". 6'2", 6'3", and there wasn't too much body fat on them. Oh, that was pure intimidation. They couldn't take it. I believe it's the will of God for black folk to step back up into their place of prominence, but it don't start with people letting us. It's about us taking by force. Our children must be educated. They must be able to what we build, they got to be smart enough to take it to another level. Our kids can't be out here having fun. And now, fun today is destruction for tomorrow. For our race. Get to the place that you want God to do something awesome through you. Through your life. Father, thank you for the people gathered in this place today to receive from you. We bind the devil and his plan to keep us down. I pray for peace, love, and harmony to be in the lives of the children, your children in the earth. All those, black, white, Mexican, Asian, all those that call Jesus Lord, bring us together with truth, that they will not be offended when truth is revealed on who we are, and that you made us, and that you love us. Father, bring us together that we can fight this evil spirit roaming the earth that would hate people that's different than them. Father, have your way in my life, and I'll forever give you praise and glory. In Jesus' name, amen.